Hi, hey, I'm Morgan, and today I'm here to bring you my May book haul. So, I thought April was just going to be one of those months where I got a bunch of books, and that was it. But no, I ended up acquiring 12 books in the month of May. I'm really excited about all these books, and I can't wait to talk about them. The first book that I picked up this month is an edition of a book that I already have, and it is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass by Carroll. This is the Penguin Classics Deluxe edition. I think that this is an absolutely stunning edition of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. I firmly believe that you can never have too many editions of your favorite books. And so I'm really excited to add this to my shelves and to my collection of classics. And then I picked up Glass by Hopkins. This is the second book in the Crank trilogy. I used to have Crank and Glass in their original covers years ago, back in maybe the 7th grade, and someone borrowed them from me and I never got them back. They were re-released a few years later with different covers. I haven't read this since the 7th grade, so I'm really excited to dive into this, and I've never read the third book in the trilogy, Fallout. I'm really excited to give this a reread and to continue on with this trilogy. It was a day where I bought 3 books from 2 different stores. It was like a treat yourself type of day. That's how I was feeling. The first of those being This Is Where It Ends by Marieke Nijkamp. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. It takes place from 4 different perspectives in the span of 54 minutes, and it covers a school shooting at a high school, and I think that this is going to be a very important book, one that will stick with me. I'm worried that it being in the span of 54 minutes that it will be kind of rushed. I'm hoping it's not that, but I've heard a lot of really good things about this book, so I'm really excited to see how this one is. And then that day I also picked up The Female of the Species by Mindy McGinnis. It's actually a signed edition, so that's pretty cool. Looks really cool naked too. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know much about this book. I think that it covers feminist topics, and I think it may cover rape culture. I think our main character kills people. I don't really know for sure. I've seen a lot of booktubers talk about this book and they all give different descriptions of it, as well as the synopsis is a little all over the place. So I think it's best I go into this one not really knowing what it's all about and letting the story tell me for itself, I guess. And those 2 books I got at the Book Loft, and the book I went in there for, they were sold out of, so I ended up getting it at Target, and that is A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. But wait, Morgan, haven't you not read literally anything by Sarah J. Maas, and that's the 3rd book in a series? Yes. Mind if I validate myself real quick? First 3 books in this series follow one particular storyline, but the rest are more like a spin-off, I think, or more like companion stories. They don't follow this story, to my knowledge, so I didn't feel bad buying this. I can marathon the 3 books for this story and then get the rest of the books later. So that's how I validated this purchase when I haven't read A Court of Thorns and Roses. You know, it's fine. It's fine. And Ben and I had a day where we decided to go to a bunch of different local bookstores all over Columbus. I saw this book at the first or the second store that we had gone to, and I was like, listen, this is my favorite childhood book, and I don't have a copy of it, and I felt that that was a tragedy, and I couldn't not leave without a copy of my favorite book from my childhood. That is Matilda by Roald Dahl. I realized that I don't have any Roald Dahl on my shelves, and that's sad. But Matilda is one of my favorite childhood stories. I actually plan on rereading it sometime in the very near future. I recently revamped all the covers of the Roald Dahl books, and I kind of want to get all of them because Roald Dahl was one of my favorite authors growing up, and I just love the way that he told stories, and I love Matilda. And this month I picked up Scott Pilgrim vs. the World by Bryan Lee O'Malley. This is volume 2 in the Scott Pilgrim graphic novel series. I got volume 1 a few months ago, and I'm slowly trying to get all of the books in these hardcover color editions. This cover is absolutely stunning. It has Knives Chow on the front, and I think that I think these illustrations are absolutely stunning in the color format, and I'm really excited to continue on with this series. And then this month I subscribed to OwlCrate, and the book that came in this month's box was Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. Yes, I realized that in my OwlCrate unboxing, which if you haven't watched, the link will be in the description, I pronounced Francesca Zappia's name wrong, and like, sorry, I'm just really bad at that. This story follows our main character, Eliza, who in the real life is very shy and unpopular and doesn't really have that many friends and is kind of seen as a bit of an outcast and kind of like a reserved person, but online she is an anonymous creator of this really popular webcomic called Monster C, and Eliza tries her hardest to keep her real life and her online life very separate and as two different entities of herself. A new boy transfers to her school and is actually a popular fan fiction writer for her webcomic, and he sees her as just a fan. He thinks that she just enjoys the comics as well, but it gets leaked out that she is the creator of the webcomic, and a bunch of stuff unfolds from there. She has to come to terms with this unexpected merging of her two worlds, and I think her romance probably is somewhere in there. It's really, really cute. It has clips from the comics and it's told through like social media accounts. Like, it looks like there's like blog postings and chats in this book, and I think that it's so cute. It sounds kind of like fangirl. I'm just really, really excited to jump into this one. And Ben bought me this book to celebrate me finishing my second year of college, and that is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. Jesse over at Jesse's Shelf and I are planning a buddy read for this in the near future, and I'm so excited. This takes place in a world where there are 4 parallel Londons, and each of these different Londons have a varying sense of magic and the magic system. Our main character, Kel, is able to transport between those 4 different Londons. I don't really want to go into this book knowing more than that. I think that this is one of those ones where you need to experience it without reading all of the synopsis, so I'm very, very excited to dive into this and to participate in my first buddy read. And then I got Roseblood by A.G. Howard. All I know about this book is that it's a Phantom of the Opera retelling, and that is literally all I need to know. What? Like, excuse me. Yes, please, I do want that. I don't think anyone needs to go into this knowing anything more than it's a Phantom of the Opera retelling. It's just, what more do you need? Got this book not to read, but for more of an aesthetic purpose for my shelves, and that is the German edition of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, which I'm very excited about. I don't know if I'll ever learn German, if I'll ever speak German, if German is really a thing that I'm interested in. I love when books get translated into different languages and how they interpret that into their covers, and like I said earlier, you can never have too many editions of your favorite book. This is my 5th edition of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, and it won't be my last. I'm really excited about this. So this is Harry Potter und der Stein der Weisen, and I just offended every German-speaking person on the planet, and I am so sorry, but I'm so excited. Maybe I'll learn German and I'll just like speak fluent German because of Harry Potter. That probably won't happen, but like, maybe. And then the last book that I picked up this month is the one that's been on my radar for the longest, and I don't know why it took me so long to pick up this book, because I've been excited about it since I found out about it, and that is The Hate U Give by Angie Thomas. This is a book that is inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement, which is very important. I can't put into words how necessary I feel that this book is, not just in literature but in YA. I think that this is going to show young adult readers that their voices and the things that they stand up for and the things that they speak out about are important and valid and necessary. And I think the Black Lives Matter movement is so important and is something that needs to be spoken about more, not just in young adult, but in literature and in the world and just in general. I don't know if excited is the word I want to use, but I need this book. I needed this book. Way before it came out, I needed a book like this. This book follows our main character, Star, and her very good friend Khalil was a victim to police brutality. He was shot and killed by a police officer while he was unarmed, and protests take place, and it's Star dealing with that and finding her voice and her friends finding their voices. It's everything that I could ever need in a book, and I'm very excited to dive into this one. I feel like this book is going to be similar to This Is Where It Ends, where it's just necessary, and it's going to be one of those books that like stays with me after I finish it. It's getting glowing reviews. I haven't heard a bad thing said about this book, and I'm just I can't wait to dive into this one. So you guys, there you have it. That is my May book haul. Pretty substantial haul this month. I'm very excited to get to all of these books. Maybe not German Harry Potter, but like that's fine. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and leave me some comments on what books you acquired in the month of May. If you'd like to see more of my content, you can always subscribe. I upload every Monday and Wednesday. Like I said, my name is Morgan. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and happy reading. Okay, bye!